Hello, and welcome back to Bay Area Housewife of True Crime. We are at part 2 of the Kevin Verville Jr. case. As a reminder, topics may be triggering. Viewer and listener discretion is very strongly advised. The people mentioned are innocent until proven guilty in court. Angelina was new to this country, so when she first met and talked to this supposed Sheila, she found it comforting that Sheila seemed to know some Tagalog, which is her native language. Sheila was described as a Caucasian woman about 5'2", between 25 and 35 years old at the time, weighing about 125 to 135 pounds. She may have spoken with a light accent. Sheila had curly, reddish-brown, shoulder-length hair that could have been a wig. Sheila also appeared to be 4 or 5 months pregnant, which of course is an estimate because all women show differently, and perhaps she was pretending to be pregnant. She had a tattoo on her left hand between the webbing between your thumb and index finger behind her thumb. The tattoo was that of an X or cross inside of a circle. She was wearing white framed sunglasses and heavy makeup. Sheila may have been driving a 1975 Cougar sedan or something similar. On Tuesday, the first day of July of 1980, the Vervilles had just gotten home from shopping at the commissary when Sheila showed up at their door. Like I said, they had previously communicated with her, and it was not a surprise to see her, as they had expected she would come by the house and talk about the program. They greeted her. Angelina again spoke in Tagalog to Sheila, which she seemed to understand, even speaking a little herself. After they told Sheila that they had thought about it and that they were interested in accepting help from the program, Sheila said great. All they had to do was go to the Project Help office to fill out paperwork. They also needed to weigh and measure the baby. Sheila said Kevin Sr. could not come along because there would be no room for him in the car, because they were going to pick up 2 other moms with their babies along the way. Being the understanding and supportive king that he is, Kevin Sr. agreed to put away the groceries while Sheila took Angelina and Jr. to the office. Sheila, Angelina, and Jr. got into the car and were on their way. Sheila got onto Route 76 East and then onto Interstate 15. During the drive, Sheila asked about Jr. Angelina told her that he was put into the intensive care right after his birth for a very short time due to jaundice, but had been much better, and that overall he was a healthy and happy baby. They drove to a house near Fallbrook, California, by Valley Center and the Paula Reservation off the 76 and 163rd freeways. Sheila parked her car in front of a home in San Diego County that was by an orange grove. Sheila put her hand on her round belly and asked Angelina if she could go and knock on the door to let the other mom know that they were there to pick her and the baby up. Angelina had just had a baby. It was not long ago that she too was asking little favors here and there due to her pregnancy. Angelina agreed, and as she got out of the car and walked towards the door to knock, Sheila drove off with 17-day-old Jr. and has not been seen since. Realizing that this so-called social worker had sped off with her most precious angel, Angelina ran after the 1975 Mercury Cougar sedan. Angelina was, of course, so distraught, and she ended up going to the emergency room, but she was so worried about her missing newborn 17 8-day-old baby that she got out of there as soon as she could and went back home to start looking for her son and has never stopped. The FBI was soon involved and developed a psychological profile. Sheila may have lost a male baby within recent weeks, possibly shortly before or after the birth. She may have been simulating a pregnancy, and she was probably living in the area alone. Neighbors reported that Sheila had also approached them recently, performing the same soliloquy she had elaborated for the Vervilles. Sheila spoke to about 30 families, searching for something very specific, and even asked them if they knew of any other people with babies. Angeline Hartman, the director of communications with the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, said, quote, "She appeared to be baby shopping, looking for a specific type of baby, a baby under 6 months old, and apparently one that was part Filipino," end quote. In early reports of the case, Kevin Sr. said that he had called his father in North Dakota, and when his dad heard the devastating news, he decided to close his business and offered to come to California and assist in the search. Angelina said that she had yet to phone her parents in the Philippines. The Vervilles had no clue why someone would want to take their baby. No one had ever reached out for them for ransom money. Kevin Sr. was just starting off his military career. The couple were practically newlyweds. They did not have much. In fact, they could have benefited from a government or a nonprofit type of assistance. The Vervilles, however, were rich in love. They had each other, their new community, and most especially, they were rich with the new life that they had just brought into the world.